Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming and welcome to our latest Horus Heresy battle report. Today, the might of the Imperium, the Ultramarines, are facing off against the traitorous Iron Warriors. Mission for today is Tide of Carnage, so it is basically victory points for the different zones of the battlefield. 3 victory points for controlling your own deployment zone, 5 for no man's land, and 7 for the opponents. In this game, tanks are scoring units, so that should make it slightly interesting. We've got Dawn of War deployment as well. Let's go take a look at the armies. HQ and Warlord for the Iron Warriors tonight. We have a Praetor Tribune. This comes with a mastercrafted Paragon Blade, digital lasers and an Iron Halo. And he is being joined by an elite squad of 5 Tartarus Terminators. There's 2 Power Fists, 2 Thunder Hammers and a Plasma Blaster in there. And obviously they are going to be in the dedicated transport that is the Spartan with the Armoured Ceramite and the Flare Shield. Second HQ choice, we've got a Siege Breaker. This guy's in Cataphractii armour, comes with a Combi Melter and a Chain Fist. Over to troops, we've got a 10-man tactical squad. In here there is a Sergeant with a Power Axe and Melter Bombs, obviously in a Rhino, which has extra armour and has 1 Combi Melter. Second troop choice, exactly the same loadout for this squad, but only one of these Rhinos has a Combi Melter on. Third troop choice, we've got a 10-man support squad. In here there are 10 Flamers and 1 additional Combi Weapons. These guys will be riding around in the heavy support choice of a Land Raider Proteus, which comes with the extra twin-linked las cannons. There's a lot of las cannons on that. Over to elites, we've got 2 Rapier Laser Destroyers, raining fire down on the Ultramarines. We've got an 8-man Iron Havoc squad, all with missile launchers, and they're in the fortification of an Imperial bunker and ammo store. And then finally, the last heavy support choice, we've got the Tyrant Siege Terminators, and in here the Sergeant has a Chain Fist, and these guys have obviously all got the missile launchers. So that is the 2,500 points of Iron Warriors taking on the might of the Imperium today. HQ and Warlord for the Ultramarines. I'm taking a Praetor Tribune. This guy comes as standard in his Tartarus Terminator armour with his Paragon Blade. Second HQ, I am taking a Siege Breaker. This guy's got a Volkite and a Thunder Hammer. Third HQ choice, I am taking a Chaplain. This guy comes with a Plasma Pistol and has been upgraded to Artificer armour. Into troops, 10-man tactical squad, all equipped with bolters. In here there is a Nuncio Vox. Sergeant has Artificer armour and a Power Sword. And they will be in a Rhino. Exactly the same loadout for the second of my tactical squads. Third tactical squads, no Rhino, no Nuncio Vox. Apart from that, exactly the same. Into elites, I'm taking 5-man Invictara Suzerain squad. So Legatine Axes and Boarding Shields. These guys are tasty and they will be right with the Praetor Tribune today. Second of the elite slots, I'm taking my Apothecary. First time I've ran this guy. Hopefully needed with his Feel No Pain rolls, or hopefully not needed with his Feel No Pain rolls. Third elite choice, I am taking my Quad Mortars. So these guys have Phosphex shells because of the Siege Breaker, so I'm hopefully going to be laying lots of death across the battlefield. Into fast attack, I'm taking my Scimitar Jet Bikes, 1 Volkite and 2 Heavy Bolters in there. Now these guys don't normally do anything, so I'm deciding to deep strike these in today, and we'll see if they do anything better than they have done in the past. Next, fast attack, I'm taking my very trusted Xiphon Flyer, hopefully coming on and popping me some tanks of the Iron Warriors. Into heavy support, my trusted Spartan. So the Tribune and the Apothecary, the Chaplain and the Invictara squad will all be in here. Next, I'm taking a Leviathan Dreadnought. This guy comes equipped with Phosphex, Siege Drill and the Gravflux Bombard. Final choice for the heavy support, I am taking my Scorpius Whirlwind. Lots and lots and lots of firepower. Quad Mortars Scorpius at the back of the board, laying down the fire while the troops advance across the battlefield. The first of the Rhinos with the tactical squads is on the left-hand side of the battlefield. And up on the landing platform, we've got the 2 Rapier Destroyer batteries. These guys have infiltrated thanks to the Warlord trait, but they've only gone forward 2 inches. Warlord trait today is Master of Ambush, so that allows them to do that. Inside the building, we've got the Havocs. Nice lines of fire across the open battlefield, being supported by the Spartan with the small group of Terminator friends inside that. Next, we've got the Land Raider Proteus with all of its las cannon glory. Again, it's hunkered down behind a building, but he's got nice lines of fire. I'm hoping that Matt immobilises himself in turn 1. Next is the second Rhino with the tactical squad in. And again, infiltrated forward by 2 inches are the Terminators with the missile launchers. So these guys are in the open, but 2-up saves. Yeah, missile launchers, they're going to last a little while. First of the Rhinos is down, facing off against the Iron Warriors Rhino with the Combi Melter. Tactical squad inside there, looking forward to getting forward. Next to them is the Ultramarines Spartan. Again, big posse of Invictaris friends, Apothecary, Praetor, Chaplain, all inside of that. Next up, in the middle of the battlefield, we have the 2 quad mortars with the phosphex shells. They are on the balconies, about to lay fire, hopefully destroying quite a lot of the Iron Warriors as they come up. And then finally, on the left-hand flank for the Ultramarines, we've got the Leviathan Dreadnought and the second of the Rhinos. Again, looking forward to pushing up, killing off Iron Warriors. Not finally, because I almost forgot my third tactical squad, who are hunkered down behind the building, ready to protect the Ultramarines deployment zone. When those sneaky Iron Warriors get close enough, they should be able to pop out and lay lots and lots of fire down. In reserves, for the Ultramarines, we've got the Xiphon Flyer and we've got the jet bikes. So it is the Iron Warriors to go first, unless the Ultramarines can seize, which they do not. Rhino on the left-hand flank has moved up. It's 6 inches. It's also popped smoke, giving it a little bit of cover. The rapier lasers have obviously stayed still. The building hasn't moved. Yay! The Spartan has moved up 6 inches. The Land Raider's gone up 12. It didn't immobilise itself on the building. I'm a little bit gutted by that. Next Rhino's gone up 6 as well, popping smoke. And the Torrent Siege Terminators have moved up 6. There's going to be firepower raining down on the Ultramarines. Kind of hoping the Leviathan survives, because I think that's going to be possibly the primary target. First of the quad mortars has gone. Lots and lots and lots of rockets from these guys in here. These guys are nasty. AP3 missiles all the way up there, killing off my first of my quad mortars. My Rhino down here has taken a hull point as well. That came from the Spartan. The other sponsor from the Spartan opened up at the quad mortar up here, but no damage done. As I thought, majority of the fire went on to Leviathan Dreadnought. These guys opened up with their missiles, immobilising it, taking it down 2 hull points, and then the Land Raider with its snap firing, open up, hitting it and taking off another hull point as well. So I can't shoot next turn either. A little bit of damage done. There is no first blood in this game, so yeah, it's still stung. Not much moved this turn for the Ultramarines. The Rhino that's lost a hull point over here has obviously stayed still. Spartan's moved up 6. Quad Mortar stayed still. Leviathan has had no choice but to stay still. Rhino has moved up, hunkered down behind the building slightly. Plan is Quad Mortar, Scorpius Whirlwind, down on top of the Terminators. Try and kill off a few of them. Spartan on Spartan action. Las Cannons hopefully doing some damage down here. Maybe popping it. 5 hull points, Flare Shield. It's going to be tough. The Ultramarine Spartan opened up at his counterpart for the Iron Warriors. Managed to do 1 glancing hit, taking it off 1 hull point, so it's down to 4. The 1 remaining Quad Mortar opened up with his Phosphex, hitting down into the Terminators, killing 1 off, and obviously it's lingering death, so it stays on the board. Scorpius Whirlwind also opened up at the same target, but Matt managed to save every single one of them. Damn it. So they are down just 1. I've also popped smoke on both of my Rhinos this turn. The Rhino has moved up on the left-hand flank, heading down towards the Ultramarines deployment zone. The Rapiers have pivoted, trying to get a couple of shots off at the Ultramarines quad mortar. Spartan has pivoted. Spartan on Spartan action still going on. Land Raider has also pivoted. Everything's just pivoted. Trying to get more shots across at the different targets. Rhino's moved up 12. It did not immobilise itself. It's all good, hunkered down in the ruins of the old Manufactorum. And the Terminators have moved out of the lingering death from the Phosphex. One guy was set on fire, but he was perfectly fine. The Rapier destroyers up on the landing platform opened up on the Ultramarines Rhino on the right-hand side of the battlefield. Taking out the hull points, blowing it up. So the guys have just piled out. They're not pinned. It's all good down here. Spartan on Spartan, no damage. No damage done to the quad mortars up here. Basically, majority of the fire from the Iron Warriors went down onto the Leviathan Dreadnought, who is fine. He has survived. The other Rhino has gone pop as well. Split fire from the Terminators has forced the other tactical squad out onto the ground. So, plan of action. These guys are now in range of Leviathan's Gravflux. Let's open up, hopefully kill some off. Shoot them with the tactical squad that are down here if needed. Scorpius Whirlwind and the quad mortars. I don't think they're in range of the Rapier Laser Destroyers all the way up there. I've got to get these guys across the board somehow into the Iron Warriors deployment zone. Tanks are scoring units. I've only really got one left because the Scorpius isn't going to move. And Matt has got the Land Raider and a Spartan left. Tactical squad that came out of the Rhino last turn have stayed still for the moment. First of my reserves are on. My Scimitar jet bikes have just deep striked in. They're going to open up at the Rapier Destroyers up here. Spartan has moved forward 6. More las cannon shots coming down onto the other Spartan. Obviously, quad mortar has stayed still. The other tactical squad and siege breaker have stayed still. These guys have all stayed still as well. So plan is Gravflux bombard. Boom. Maybe Phosphex from him as well if in range. Boom. Fury of the Legion. Probably, maybe. We'll have to wait and see on that one. And then I'm not sure what to do with the Phosphex from the quad mortar over there and the Scorpius Whirlwind. Maybe, if in range, onto these guys. If not, probably onto the Terminators. The Rapier Laser Destroyers have gone. The quad mortar was just in range, and yeah, they took a lot of Phosphex shells to the face, and they have disappeared. But it meant that the Scimitar jet bikes couldn't open fire at them, and basically couldn't do anything. The Spartan opened up at the Spartan, taking off another 2 hull points. So it's down to 2. It's almost gone. It's looking good over here. Over here, the Rhino that went inside the building had the Scorpius open up on it. I did 2 glancing hits, 2 penetrating hits. Matt managed to save 3 of them, so we only took a glance. So he's down to 2 hull points. The Terminators have gone. The Phosphex shells from the Leviathan opened up at them. Some wonderful dice rolling. And the saving throws down here with the 4-up in-run save did them no good. And they all died. That was quite a successful round of shooting. I'll take that. I will definitely take that. And I've still got my Xiphon to come on. And that thing is designed to pop tanks. Hello, Land Raider. Hello, Spartan. On the right-hand flank of the battlefield, the Iron Warriors Rhino has moved up 6 inches. It's on its way into the Ultramarines deployment zone. It's almost there. It does have 2 tactical squads, and it has some Scimitar jet bikes staring at it. So I think the Scimitar jet bike's going to go over there and shoot it and hopefully destroy it. The building over there went flat out. Not really. The Spartan pivoted, the Land Raider pivoted, and then quite a brave move. The Rhino smashed through the wall, and the tactical squad have gone out, and they are facing off against the Ultramarines tactical squad. Once again, the Scimitar jet bikes have done, well, nothing. They were a bullet magnet because the Spartan opened up at them, and the rockets from in here. So I lost 1 from the rocket shots, and then the las cannons I managed to fail most of all of my jink rolls, and well, they died. Down here, the Leviathan has finally gone. Land Raider opening up with all of his las cannons through the building, taking him clean out. And down here I lost 3 of my Marines. These guys obviously stepped out, ready to open fire, and then laid down a can of whoop-ass, and I lost 3. Tactical squad are out through the building. They're looking at going into combat with the Rhino. Probably chuck a cheeky crack grenade before I do that. Spartan has moved forward. I'm not risking exposing my side armour to the guys inside the building. I'll keep my flare shield nicely in line. So the one las cannon Spartan is going to open up at the building. The other las cannon Spartan is going to open up at the Spartan. My Xiphon Flyer is on. Its primary target is going to be the Spartan as well. I could do with that thing going and getting the juicy contents out. So the Victorious Marines will be able to get out next turn and hopefully kill them. Down here, Tactical squad have moved back. They've gone back because I've got Scorpius Whirlwind and a quad mortar to open up down here and hopefully kill off this squad. I just don't really want to be in the scatter range, but there's not much I can do. If they die, they die. On the left-hand flank, the Rhino has gone. It was opened up at by the Scorpius, taking it out of hull points and killed off, I think it was 6 guys from this squad down here. Tactical squad also opened up as well. Only 2 guys left. Spartan is untouched this turn. The Xiphon managed to do no damage. The one Sponson from the other Spartan managed to do no damage at all, so he's untouched. However, the building has gone. It was opened up at by the other Sponson of the Spartan, managed to get a lucky roll on it. The guys inside were blown out, losing 2 in the explosion, and they formed a nice pretty line in the front of the building, who then very quickly felt the full force of the quad mortar and the phosphex and killed them all off. So Matt went to ground. There was 11 wounds. He passed 5 of them on a 6-up. There was 6 wounds and there was only 6 guys left. So they have gone. I have the Rhino down here that I'm going to go into assault with. I did throw a crack grenade at this in the shooting face, but no damage. It just bounced off the armour. So over to assault. Well, that went really well. I got loads and loads of hits and no 6s on the glances. So an untouched Rhino down here. 2 of the Ultramarine tactical squad have been pulled down. Bolters out of the hatch opened up, killing 1. The Nuncio Vox is pulled down by a melt gun to the face, which I thought was a little bit harsh. The Ultramarine Spartan has finally taken a hull point. That was from the other Spartan of the Iron Warriors, managed to get a glancing hit. Up here, the quad mortar has taken a wound, and that was just basically every single las cannon that humanly could fire at it opened up, but I managed to save 3 wounds on those guys with the cover save. And down here, these guys opened up, 1 with a crack grenade, 1 with a bolt pistol. No damage done. Will they be going into assault? 2 remaining Iron Warriors went to go into combat and were pulled down by the Overwatch. Some really good shooting from the Ultramarines down here. We head into the Ultramarines. Turn 4. Really need to start looking at getting up into the Iron Warriors deployment zone for 7 victory points. Tactical squad have moved up. They've also ran 2 inches. There's a lot of lingering death in the way, but they've got to try and either hold the middle ground or get up towards the deployment zone, which they're really not going to do, so I'll probably just leave them there now. Quad mortar and Scorpius obviously stayed still. Xiphon Flyer. Xiphon Flyer has zoomed off, well, around a little bit. He's going to try and pop this Rhino. Tactical squad are going to, hopefully, once this guy's gone boom and this guys get out, they're going to possibly Fury of the Legion them. They haven't moved, so maybe. And then down here, the Spartan has pivoted round, or moved up and pivoted, ready to shoot this with all 4 las cannons, hopefully taking out the remainder of the hull points. Once again, this Spartan is untouched. My Spartan managed to do no damage whatsoever. Xiphon Flyer, however, destroyed the Rhino. Fury of the Legion from these guys down there. The Scorpius Whirlwind and the Quad Mortar opened up at the survivors. It was a little bit of overkill, but God, it felt good. And they died to the phosphex in the end, so they're dead. I feel like I need to apologise after the end of this game for using Quad Mortars with phosphex, because let's face it, there's quite a lot of phosphex on this board. Spartan moved back, opened up with the las cannon at my Spartan, no damage done. The las cannons from the other Sponson, plus all of the las cannons from the other Land Raider, opened up at the quad mortar, killing off the spotter guy on the top, but the main gun carriage is perfectly fine. Tactical squad on the right-hand flank of the battlefield have moved up into a bit more into no man's land. The Xiphon Flyer has moved round 18. It's now top of the landing platform. Down here, the Spartan opened up at the other Spartan again. No damage done. This thing is nails. But my guys got out of my Spartan just in case it went pop, so I could got into assault with the guys inside, but unfortunately it didn't go. So they're just out, kind of looking cool. And then nothing really opened up over there. Oh, the Scorpius opened up at the Spartan as well, but unfortunately with no Nuncio Voxes anywhere, no line of sight, it's scattered off the board. So there we go then, guys. That is the end of the game, and it is a victory to the Ultramarines. It's 4-0 on victory points. So I get 1 victory point for attrition, and I get 3 victory points for holding my deployment zone. Middle ground is contested, and so is the Iron Warriors deployment zone. So it's a 4-0 victory for the Ultramarines. So then, guys, we're just going to do the end of game review. It's nice to get Matt back on the channel with his beautifully painted up Iron Warriors.
Turns out they're flammable.
They are quite flammable. I'm sorry for the phosphex. Sorry, not sorry. Units of the game for the Ultramarines. It's got to be the Quad Mortar with the phosphex. It just rained death down upon pretty much all of the board.
That wasn't rain. Rain's cold and wet. That was neither cold nor wet.
Okay, it was painful, hot, and flammable.
A little bit sticky.
And a little bit sticky. And there's only one of them. You killed the first one, or you killed one of them off in the first turn.
And what you didn't see, it was all off camera, was how much rich salt that his new unit died.
It was new model syndrome. I was like, ah.
Followed by me explaining it had to die because they're dirty. No, they're not. No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
So the one on his own did quite a lot of damage. If I'd have had both of them, yeah, that was quite bad. And
as I pointed out to Rich as well, he was actually being nice by not taking shatter shells as well.
Yeah, I took phosphex.
The shatter shells would have quite easily dealt with the Land Raiders as well. Strength 8 with the re-rolls there for Sunder. But no, he was friendly with them.
Friendly. That's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
Which unit performed worse? Either my 2 rhinos, which one of them moved up 6 inches, got popped, the other one stayed still and got popped, or I don't even know. But Leviathan did quite. Even though we got immobilised first time, I was like, oh, here we go again. Phosphex and then Gravflux on the Terminators wiped them out. That was quite nice. What didn't perform? My Spartan. Well, I'm gonna say my Spartan, but they're hard to crack anyway. Yours didn't go. Mine didn't go.
For the vast majority of the game, the Spartan held off my Spartan and the Proteus.
True, so it was a bit of a bullet magnet. I'm going to say my Invictara squad inside the Spartan because they only got out at the end of the game just to look pretty. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
If I'd have taken my Terminators with the chain fist, they'd have gone out and they'd have chain fisted your Spartan to death.
Jet bikes underperformed.
Do you know what? Every single game. These things have never performed for me. They turn up and they get killed. But it was a bullet magnet for one turn.
Yeah, they drew the last cannon fire away.
They did.
Which, in my own little world, would have made all the difference against your Spartan.
It would have made a massive difference against the Spartan. So how about for you then? So what was your unit of the game?
Phosphex. No. For me, it's going to be a bit of a controversial one. We discussed it off camera.
Yeah.
Probably the Iron Havocs. In the first turn, they did exactly what I wanted them to do. So they're ballistic skill 5, they've got deadly aim, which means that anything they shoot at gets -1 to their cover saves. Put them in the bunker, so nice little combo I like there. Bunker with wide fire arcs, so there's 8 men in there, 2 fire arcs, 4 out of each, so 8 shots altogether. Ballistic skill 5, ammo store, and basically twin-link rockets.
Twin-link rockets is disgusting.
2s to hit with re-rolls, then most things it's 2s to wound. Against the artillery it's 3s to wound.
Yeah.
Reduces cover save, pop dead.
Yeah, they died.
And the only reason the other quad mortar made it so long was because it was completely out of arc with where the plasma obliterator was, which you watch back through the video, couldn't see it.
You can't, it was blocking line of sight, wasn't it?
All they could face down was the Spartan with a flare shield, so suddenly their strength 8 becomes strength 7, armour 14, not going to happen.
No.
So they were both my unit of the match, but probably poorly placed, I'd say.
To be honest, I think the way that we did scenery in this game, I don't think it mattered where you'd put them. You'd have had blocking line of sight. You'd have either seen, if you'd have put them on the other side, you'd have seen the one quad mortar but not the other.
Yeah.
So it'd have been a tough call. But I love them inside that bunker, and that bunker's tough. It's armor 14, and I got one lucky shot with my last cannon and blew it up. And then they pulled out the front, and then they got phosphex to hell. So you know, it was a tough one. It was a very lucky shot with my quad las cannon from a Spartan.
That's all it takes.
And you're right, it is.
Yeah.
It's all it takes. But yeah, that was a really, really good, fun game to take part in. I love Matt's Iron Warriors. I think they're brilliant. And I've got my Apothecary in there and my quad mortars, and I didn't have new mini syndrome.
You had half new.
I had
mini
half
syndrome.
new mini syndrome, but
Yeah.
we don't count that. So yeah, it'd be great to hear your feedback, guys, on what do you think. How do you think the Ultramarines performed? How do you think the Iron Warriors performed? Matt does have another list, which is artillery. Is that Medusans?
You may have already seen it on various videos and
Yeah.
whatnot. It's the list that's got the Dominus conversions in there, which
Yeah.
are converted from the Praetor assault launchers, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
2 Medusas in there, and it runs Iron Fire. And again, something that I said to Rich earlier was, I'm trying to avoid taking quad launchers. I really am trying.
Get
They're
them.
just so good.
They are so good.
But I'm trying.
You don't need to take phosphex. No, you do. No, you do.
But I could take Phosphex with Iron Fire so that I can just automatically hit you from within 6 inches.
I would literally never talk to you again. So I want to get the artillery list on the channel anyway, and I either against the Ultramarines or against the Iron Hands. We can have an Iron Hands Iron Warriors game. That'd be quite nice.
You just want me to punish the Iron Hands, right?
Yeah, just kill Robin's Iron Hands. That always makes me giggle. But yeah, so let us know what you think about getting the Iron Warriors artillery list onto the channel. Please leave us a like. It does really help out. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.